Hi Pickles! So today I'm going to be showing you how I created this makeup look. So if you want to recreate this look, then keep on watching. So I've just put some sellotape in the corners of my eyes, just going up to kind of about near my hairline, just because I like the way when I do this it stays really neat. It's kind of like a long winged out effect, so I always put a bit of sellotape just in the corners of my eyes. I usually start with my eyes, so the first step is always to put on a bit of eye primer. This is the Dior, this is the Backstage Eye Prime. I really like kind of like the creamier consistency eye primers. This isn't the best one if I'm being completely honest, but it's just it's the only reason I don't like this one is it's quite a dry consistency in comparison to other ones, but yeah, I just prefer kind of the skin coloured ones, and I'm just going to put this all over my lid and blend it up just to my brow bone. Now I'm just going to grab a bit of MAC's Texture, which is a really kind of warm crease colour, and I'm just going to blend that into my crease. It just makes everything that I'm about to do a whole lot easier. It just warms up the crease and it's a beautiful transition colour. Next I'm grabbing my MAC 239 brush, I think it's a 239 brush, and also my MAC Mythology, which is this really gorgeous almost rose goldy colour, and I'm just going to pack that onto my lid. Now I want to add some definition to the outer corners, so I'm going to grab MAC's Smut. This is, it's not a black, it's not a brown, it's kind of that kind of smoky, blacky brown. It's very in between, so it's not as harsh as black, and it just looks really nice when you smoke it out. So I'm just going to apply it in the outer corner in almost that C pattern and blend it in. I'm just going to keep building this up until it's kind of how I want it to look, so you can make it darker, you can make it not so dark. I like mine to be quite dramatic, so I'm going to keep building mine up. Once that is nice and even, I'm just going to grab a bit of MAC's Vanilla, which is a matte white, and I've just got a 224 brush, and I'm just going to blend that underneath my brow bone, and that just helps to kind of soften all the edges and make it look beautiful. Now the last thing I'm going to do before I take the sellotape off is just to put on a bit of eyeliner. This is the Maybelline Eye Studio Lasting Drama Gel Eyeliner. This is in black chrome. I'm sure that I meant to get the original black one, but this is the only black one that they had, so I'm not sure that they've discontinued the other black one or whether I just bought the wrong one. But this isn't as black as the original one, so I'm using this for now, but I wish I'd kind of got the darker one. And the great thing is, because I put the sellotape here, it means that my eyeliner is hopefully going to be really straight as well. Now it is the moment of truth. It's time to take off the sellotape. Always do this gently. I've ripped it off before and it's the most painful thing, so hopefully we will have nice even lines. Like so. What I like to do at this point is go back to my skin, so I'm going to use my NARS Sheer Glow and my Real Techniques Beauty Blender. I just think the NARS Sheer Glow looks amazing this time of year because in November, December time, January time, your skin can look a little bit dull, and this just helps to really brighten the skin up, and it also lasts really well on the skin. So I have been loving the NARS Sheer Glow, so I'm just going to put a couple pumps on the back of my hand. And then I'm just going to dot it all over my face, like so, and then just blend it in with the Beauty Blender. It's time for concealer, and I'm using the Rimmel Wake Me Up Anti-Fatigue Effect and Radiant Glow Concealer. My shade is number 10 Ivory, and I just like to put this under my eyes, and even though I know it's kind of not meant for spots and things like that, I just kind of use it as a little bit of extra coverage. And then I'm just going to grab the beauty blender to blend this in, and I'm just using kind of the more pointy side just to kind of blend that out. Before I go ahead and set anything, I'm just going to grab Smut again with the accent brush, and I'm just going to blend it underneath my lash line. That way if there is any fallout, I can make sure that I cover that up with the powder. And then I just like to use my big fluffy blendy brush just to kind of make sure it isn't too harsh under my eyes, just to kind of smoke it out a bit. I think Smut looks amazing when it's smoked out, so I always just make sure it's super duper smoky. So I'm just going to set my foundation and concealer and everything with a powder now, and I'm just using the Laura Mercier. This is the mineral powder in Tender Rose, and I'm just using a Real Techniques brush just to kind of blend that all out. I'm seriously such a powder addict, it's ridiculous. But this powder is great because it doesn't look too cakey, even though I do put quite a bit on. But because I've got oily skin, if I kind of don't put enough powder on, my foundation just starts looking really, really shiny in a couple hours time. So I do go a bit OTT with my powder. I'm just going to add a little bit of my bronzer. This is the Dior Nude Bronzer. I'm not sure what colour this is. It's probably the lightest one. And I'm just using the brush that they give you because this brush is actually quite good because I just like to do it in the very corner. So it just makes sure it's really nice and precise. In the winter I don't like to wear too much bronzer because I feel like, because I get so pale, it can look really, really harsh. So I'm just literally putting it under my cheekbones in the very corner, and then I'm going to blend my blusher up to it. Now, speaking of blusher, I've just got my Mimi Bronze, which is a really kind of dusky, bronzy pink colour. I've been so pale this winter that no blushes seem to be looking good on me. They look too dark, too pink. So this one seems to be suiting me just right. And to do this, I'm just using the MAC white slanty face brush. I don't know what this is. I think it's a 168, but I keep rubbing all the numbers off. So it's the one that looks like this. And I'm just going to blend that up to my bronzer. And the final thing on my face is just to add a little bit of highlighter. This is the Dior one that I've had for absolutely ages, and I'm just blending that onto the top of my cheekbones, and I like to sometimes just pop a little bit down my nose just to add that little bit of highlight. Now I'm just going to go back and finish off my eyes, and I'm just going to use a little bit of MAC's pigment. This is in Flicker, and I'm just going to put this into the very corner of my eyes. I'm just using a 217 because I don't want it to be too in your face. I just kind of want it to be just on the inner corner, just here. Now I think it's definitely time to sort these brows out. I'm just brushing them up and then across just to get the shape right. My brows are really uneven and they take me ages to do, but I just like to use kind of like a flat brush. This is just one from Dior. This is, I don't even know what this is. I think it's more for blending under the eye, but it seems to work quite well with my brows. And I'm just using charcoal brown on my brows. I like to use a powder because I just feel like it looks a bit softer, a bit more natural, and yeah, it's just easier to blend out. So I usually just start and underneath and then blending my way up. Now it is time for the final touch on my eyes, and that is just the mascara. I went out and bought the Volume Million Lashes the other day by L'Oreal, and I was really excited because I remember loving this. I think I was probably about 15 or 16, and I used to wear this all the time. It was my favourite mascara, and so I went out and bought it because I wanted to kind of reminisce and see how good it was. I accidentally bought it in brown, which is really, really annoying. It's actually quite a dark brown, so it can work, but for now I'm still using the remains of my Dior Show Overcurl, which I do love, but it is getting a bit worn now, so I do need to get a new mascara, and I have got one in mind that I really want to try, but for now this is a really, really great all-rounded mascara. I feel like once you put your mascara on, you can kind of actually like see it all working together. It just makes such a difference, a bit of mascara. It is crazy. Now, I have been wearing this look with two very different lipsticks. The first one is MAC's Hot Gossip, which is this really, really gorgeous purpley pinky colour. It's really autumnal, really, really gorgeous, and I really love this colour with this look. I think it goes really, really well with the mythology. But the colour that I've been wearing a lot more with this look and is my favourite is this one here. It's kind of this wine burgundy colour, and this one is number 6, and this was part of the Intensely Lavish lipstick collection from Kiko. I'm not sure if this was a limited edition collection or not, but I've had, I bought 3 of these lipsticks and I've been wearing them non-stop. This is one of my favourite ones, but with this I always use a lip brush. The one I've got is just this one here. I think this was from Crown Brushes. I like to use these with darker lipsticks just to kind of do an outline, because otherwise there is a lot of room for error. So this is the finished makeup look. I've just changed angles so you guys can see it a little bit easier because I know the lighting was quite bright over there. But this is the finished makeup look. I absolutely love it. It's been a complete staple of mine this November time. But let me know what you guys think in the comments. Let me know if you recreate the look. I'd love to see it. And thank you guys so much for watching. I will see you soon. Bye!